good.
Okay. We're live?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, also upgraded all this stuff. Skills. Nothing of note. Kitties.
Let's keep it up. Bye-bye.
You always gotta work the kitty, right?
You can't work Rolo enough. He always comes back fat. Should be good, right? Making sure, so they all obey their basically all Act Freely does, for people wondering, with this game's mechanics, is it just makes it so that the AI, whatever you have set as their sort of default AI settings, they'll just continue to follow that when you're linked with them, instead of like try and follow you around and whatnot.
Yeah, we've pretty much concluded the best AI settings almost universally. Don't use auto items, don't use link arts, act freely so they don't follow you. Link with auto allies if you happen to have 2 auto characters in the party, which, or a party full of auto characters with just one player, which we won't have, but most people would by themselves. This basically guarantees the AI will just stay linked. You want them to spin TP as fast as they can. It's just wasteful not to. You want them to be as cautious as possible because the AI dying is what hurts you. This actually varies per character, how you want them to behave. Usually you want to put them pretty heavily on the healing. In Rowan's case, obviously Spirit Arts only. You don't want him running around and using Marsh Waltz. And you want them to focus on who you're targeting. And when we get the last 3 characters, we're going to do the same thing to them. Rowan has yet to appear in battle, so he was not set up before just now. But he will be appearing in battle in the next chapter, unfortunately. And
A lot of characters appear in battle in the next chapter. I'm just checking the job board just to make sure there's nothing still hanging.
that guy is not a job board.
Oops.
We are not going to be meeting the Sienna Bronc. Where are you going?
Good question. Okay, we already paid the debt.
Do we have
right?
full supply of consumables?
You don't whine and pay your fine right on time.
That's a good question.
And do we have veggie sticks? We should really have veggie sticks and yakisoba noodles just to be prepared. Or both veggie sticks.
We have enough money, right? Get all the good.
Those are pretty
recipes.
much just the best recipes because it takes 20 or 30% more to kill you. There's no other recipe in the game that has nearly as profound of an effect on battle as those. Most of the recipes help you farm stuff, which is nice, but doesn't change how battles go.
There's other ones that are like that for attack.
They're
but I
not
don't know
nearly
if
as
there's-
big. 30% is a lot.
I told you, that's a company secret.
But my lips are sealed. You must know what happened to Julius, right?
Mr. Kresnik,
Luger, hey! Word around the water cooler is a certain someone just got hired as an agent. Congratulations! Like big bro, like little bro, right? I know how much you wanted the job.
Thanks.
I'm the lone lady here. Just gossiping with my twin sis. Oh, you do look alike.
Hey,
Nova, we've got work to do.
Yeah, I know. I should probably get back to bean counting. Oh, almost forgot. Let's all get together to celebrate your new job whenever you're free.
Can't believe he told us all about that fractured dimension stuff.
obviously he wants us to come along. You'll help me?
This isn't just Olympius's problem. An old man's wisdom won't be wasted in these circumstances, rest
It
assured.
might be.
No way I'm sitting this out. It's the
The other
scoop of a
one gives Jude
lifetime.
affinity, which is interesting.
You're coming along too, right, Al? Yep. I mean, I'd go all by myself if I had to. Please take us with you. The world's too scary for you to fly solo.
Guess I'll tag along too.
Poor little buddy. He hates being left.
Got that right, Spud. I'm over the loner act.
And I'll be coming too, of course.
It's actually really in Jude's character for
Very
him
well.
to appreciate
We'll
you being
assist Mr.
conscientious.
Kresnik in this operation. However,
Everything must be kept in the strictest confidence, am I correct?
I'm glad we have an understanding. Now, allow me to commence the briefing.
Cool. Agent talk.
The object of each DODA operation is to infiltrate a fractured dimension and destroy its divergence catalyst. All fractured dimensions form around a catalyst. It could be an object, or perhaps an entity.
So how do we find it then?
It's typically the object or entity that differs the most from its original nature in the prime dimension. You'll need to be cautious, particularly when the divergence catalyst attaches itself to a person.
Spoilers, that's common.
I've transmitted the coordinates of the target rift to your GHS. Use it to enter the fractured dimension.
She talks like there's a type of fractured dimension that's easily resolved.
Oh. I still got my select buttons mixed up a little bit from all my time playing the Japanese Final Fantasy demo.
I guess this explains that funny feeling we've all been having.
It's Triglyph Central Station.
I suppose it would follow that this is the rift.
But are we really in a whole other world right now?
You don't see the blue fuzz?
It doesn't look any different to me.
We've confirmed your entry into the fractured dimension. Commence your search for the divergence catalyst.
What everyone says, right? Does this affect
Yeah.
affinity?
The GHS still works
No.
here?
You can thank your chromatus for that. It maintains a link to the prime dimension.
We need to look for whatever seems most out of place in the dimension, right?
Correct. The catalyst should reveal itself when anyone with a chromatus approaches.
And if we destroy it, the world will disappear.
Exactly. But there's a catch. Only the wielder of a chromatus can destroy the catalyst.
Wait, really?
So the only one who can find and destroy these catalysts
Is Luger.
Well, that kind of takes the fun out of it.
One last thing. So long as the divergence catalyst exists, you cannot return to the prime dimension.
I guess there really is no turning back, huh?
So much for goofing off on the job.
The train to Oscore will be departing from Platform 1 shortly. Again, the train to Oscore will be departing from Platform 1. The Oscore train's still running?
Maybe in this alternate dimension, the hijacking never took place.
We cannot just blithely assume that. We have much to learn about this world.
It is fishy that Oscore is still in one piece.
Let's investigate in 2 groups.
Okay, Jude and I will ask around town.
Luger, you handle Oscore.
We're on it!
Conveniently, we always move in groups of 4 where Luger is concerned. I mean, 3 of these 4 characters are pretty good, so it's okay.
One of them is wrong.
Yes. All my friends and Zoidberg, thank you for being
Hey,
here.
there's a shop there.
What's a natural resource plant? It's a factory that puts out veggies and stuff like that. Puts out weird vibes, too.
It's pretty standard for Olympias. Well, except for its size. None of the others are this big.
Well, if it isn't Alfred.
How the hell?
You'd address the heir of the Sven family like that? Or has your mind strayed to a time when you were still the legitimate heir?
Are you telling me you're the heir?
You know this guy?
Knew him, more like it.
It appears he has confused you with the Alvin of this world.
He looks like a bigwig to me. If you act all buddy-buddy with him, maybe he'll let us in. They don't really have that kind of relationship. Is it inappropriate? How come you even know?
Don't forget we're in a fractured dimension. It just might work.
Right. Forgive me, Uncle. I must have forgotten my place.
You are forgiven.
I was hoping you'd give my friends a tour of your amazing plant.
Why not? Oscore's success will only serve to broaden the Sven family's influence, cousin. You'd better start acting the part. Poor Leticia is quite upset over your lack of decorum.
Mom?
Indeed, she's had it with your constant gallivanting.
She's alive.
Who are these people?
My entourage. They're quite a bunch, yeah?
The world is full of dubious sorts looking to sponge off of us. You should choose your friends more carefully.
They don't get much more dubious than yours truly. Nothing, Uncle. Thanks for the advice.
As you know, the great spirit Aska was thought to be nothing more than legend. That is until I found, captured, and bent it to my will. Aska's spirit power is more than sufficient to operate this facility in its entirety.
I've never even heard of that spirit before.
I have no doubt spirits will become a crucial resource in Olympias, the very key to its future.
Hey, my uncle's not the catalyst, is he? So, do you keep Aska down in the basement here, or what?
There is no basement. Aska's imprisoned in the central portion of the dome.
Well then... That was disrespectful, huh?
Alvin, was that really necessary?
Well, if he's not the divergence catalyst, then I'd put my money on that Aska spirit being it. But it's not like he was gonna sit back and let us thwack it, right?
Indeed. And after all, we did come here.
To put this world out of commission. Isn't that right, Luger?
Besides, Alvin doesn't really feel that bad about that. For anyone who hasn't played Xillia 1, Gilland was a significant villain in it.
That's sweet of you, kid.
What are you doing?
How are we supposed to get through?
Oops. I'm trying to go here. Okay, there we go. Let's try to remember. 8778. Okay.
This.
Oh.
Yes.
Chicken run.
You should link with Rowan.
Yep.
You need more Rowan. I like that item is named Nameless Seed.
Look at the size
So it
of
is
the
in fact
tomatoes.
named.
Want to see how many I can fit in my mouth?
I bet Julius would
L
love
affection.
to see this.
Is that L affection or Julius affection?
Oh, Class's guy likes tomatoes?
L affection.
Interesting.
Funny, so does Daddy. But I think they're gross. So when Daddy makes soup, he does two kinds. Gross style soup with tomatoes and L style soup without them.
I'm with you, L. Tomatoes are gross.
I kind of agree too. There.
I wonder what this apparatus is for.
Why would the owner of the plant have an out-of-date keycard?
That long coat useful for someone? A kitty?
I think it's... Is that our... I think it's an improvement for Luger.
It's a big improvement for Ludger.
Oh wow, yeah, that is pretty nice.
And yes, your kitty can travel and loot from fractured dimensions.
I hope you find something good.
We weren't really looking for anything in particular in Sherrilton, by the way.
There's something I know that we need from there that I'm working on getting. It's the like it's called like the windmill, Sherrilton windmill or something like that. Something windmill. Maybe
This
just
becomes
windmill.
much more annoying if Elise isn't in the party, because then running takes time. As long as Elise is in your party, you can run from everything pretty much instantly.
I can't believe that Olympias has great spirits too.
In fossil or spyrite form, sure, I could see that. But a physically manifested great spirit? I didn't see that coming.
I would imagine that its existence here is only due to this being a fractured dimension.
What kind of spirit is Aska supposed to be?
It's said to be the great spirit that commands the power of light.
I hope its temperament is sunny too.
I've learned not to expect too much from the temperaments of great spirits. I've had a bad experience or two.
Tell me about it.
Rowan, are there many other great spirits?
Well, we've encountered the four great spirits of earth, water, fire, and wind, as well as the great spirits Celsius of ice and Volt of lightning. I've also read about Shadow, the great spirit of darkness, and Pluto, ruler of the underworld.
And don't forget Muse, and then Lord Maxwell, who rules over them all.
That's what most people believe. But some scholars believe there may be a great spirit even stronger than Maxwell.
Stronger than Maxwell? Do they mean Kronos?
I believe the possibility is high.
Well, let's hope we never run into that guy then.
Grow trees and doors? That's incredible!
What's that up in the ceiling?
This dungeon would be absolutely horrible without Elise in your party.
Yeah. Thought there was in their treasure chest.
Are those things off to the side things we need? What do they do?
No. I don't think anything.
Because they have
We
buttons.
can double check.
And, I mean, I usually have a high opinion of buttons. Hit buttons, do science.
Get it! From
Did she just order Rolo to go get him?
Rolo is a large, heavy object. Yeah, nothing. Rolo would probably hurt as much as the hammer. If you could swing it.
This must be where they manage plant growth.
So where we manage loot growth. Is that wisdom ring an upgrade for like Rowan or Elise? We also have a mind ring. And a stamina ring. Like, Elise really wants defense. What's that stamina ring do for her? It's not worth it.
Yeah, not much. Most of those stat up ones by 10% are
Yeah,
free.
but leather boots aren't premium either, so you know.
Yeah. Oh. Items.
7654. I like how they're goblin farmers. 7654. What happens if you enter a wrong password? Does it just fail?
Size of that eggplant.
Yeah.
It's like looking in a mirror, huh, Tipo?
And all these doors we're skipping are just backtracking options.
At NPC.
There's a save point. Because, yeah, the thing with fractured dimensions is everything in them is pretty much just temporary. You can never return to a fractured dimension once you've disposed of it, as would be intuitive from the way the story works.
God dang it, my menu buttons are all messed with in my head right now. 8708. The nice thing is, too, is I remember Asuka's weak to darkness, and these blades that we customized are darkness.
Oh, wait.
Was it 87 what?
Wee-oo, green pepper alert. Wee-oo.
Tipo, it's not that big of a deal. We're not picky children anymore.
Yes, you are.
That was an interesting sound effect. Kind of surprising for there not to be any loot.
I mean, where's that other door lead?
Well, we backtrack through here, because we go in here, then we upgrade the key card.
And that lets us to the boss?
Looks like another device of some sort.
Or actually, I guess this just raises...
It lets us get to Asuka.
Yeah. That beeping is...
I mean, it's gonna stop as soon as we leave this room. And this boss is really not that easy, as I recall.
Okay. How does all this
Yes.
stuff look? Did you already look at all this?
We haven't learned Revive yet.
And then...
That sucks.
We'll
yeah.
get from the boss. Okay, so we're 11.
At least we wouldn't be able to cast Revive that much anyway because of TP, you know?
I guess that's a silver lining.
The next boss fight Elise will be in, because this is, I believe, the only boss fight in the chapter with Elise. This is a very long chapter with several bosses, and you rotate party members. Go get him, Rolo.
It's so bright.
Is that Asuka? Ruga!
I got this.
I can't believe you'd sink this low, Alfred. You'd sabotage my life's work?
Hey, knock it off!
Such gall! No! Asuka!
He's not very smart.